Thank you so much, everybody, for being here and making time in what I can imagine is your really busy schedules. The time leading up to our event is just under 2 weeks, and it is really exciting that we are getting to D-Day. I hope all of you are pretty excited, and I know some of you are pretty new, that you have within the last week only been what we call onboarded, and shared some information about what this is all about. But this platform and this session is really focused on giving you more in-depth information about your exhibition stand, what you can bring along, rules and regulations, and exciting things that are happening at the event. So I'm happy to welcome you all to our amazing program. And I'm sure you've either come in contact with myself or Nyasha, who is my colleague. We work together to make this event a success. We work with a lot of hands. So some of our team members, Erica and Present, are here today as well, who also have a very big part in making this event a success. But this event focus, which I just want to make sure everybody is fully in understanding, is that the focus is market access and engagements and the quality of relationships that can form out of those engagements. And it's not about how pretty or well designed your exhibition stand is. It's about how your engagement happens and what takes place when people come to your exhibition stand and engage with you. Because we understand completely that not all businesses have the capital to spend on a bunch of marketing materials that you will use once off. We want you to put a lot of thought into creative ways of decorating your stand that's within the limits. And I'll go through more detail shortly. But think about things that you have on hand already that you can use without spending additional money. So that's just a forethought that I wanted to give to you. But please note that, what is very exciting about this event is we're hosting close to just over 200 SMMEs as exhibitors. And it is exciting for all the collaboration that can take place, the networking between SMMEs that can take place, and the opportunities between the 2 days to network with corporate professionals and expose your business. And one thought I wanted to leave with you before going into this event is, remember, don't downplay or underestimate the value of networking with SMMEs, because all SMME businesses come in different shapes and sizes. And one thing to remember is that one deal that can push your business just one step ahead might not be from a corporate entity. It could be from a fellow SMME business that is in the position to onboard you part of their company and help your business in a way that you might not have thought possible. So please, when you come to this event, don't only expect to engage with corporate professionals, which you will have an opportunity to do, but please also take advantage of the opportunity to engage with fellow SMME business owners that might have these opportunities for you. So I'm going to start with my presentation, but if you might not have noticed, I am very excited to have all of you and for this event coming up. I think we all are. And it is really amazing that all these companies, corporations, large corporations, have come together to support this and to give all of you this platform. Okay, so this is just a bit of an agenda of what we're going to go through. This presentation I'm going to share with you, along with the link to the recording. So if there's additional team members that will be attending on the day that's unable to watch today's session, they can go receive all these resources. So you don't have to necessarily relay everything verbally. You can always just share the resources with them. So the essential checklist. The most important things that we need from you. A lot of you have submitted already, but there are a few that have not, and that is potentially because you have been newly onboarded or contacted and have been requested for this information. So I'm just going to remind you of what we need. You received a link from either myself or Nyasha to upload your company profile or your online agreement. And this information on this online form is to help us better position your business after the event. So what's amazing is that the benefits of your involvement is not necessarily only limited to this event, but each of you have got different benefits. So in your onboarding, you were explained a couple of other items, but this information is really important when it comes to what do we need for the Indaba or the ESD Expo. So we need on this link, the important element is your contact details, your company logo, and a 50-word company description. So something that can summarize what does your company do. We don't need to know that you've been 50 years in business. We don't necessarily need to know your BEE level, but we want to know what problem do you solve and for whom? So you are perhaps a plumber and you specialize in 5 or 6 different types of things. You can list those things, but be specific to not make it too full of a lot of descriptive information, but not precise information about what your business does. But I'd be happy to tell you that we do audit this information. So if you do receive an email from either myself or Nyasha asking for perhaps a better quality logo, please can we ask you to put priority on helping us with getting that. If you don't have one, just play open cards with us and say that the logo that you've uploaded is the best quality that you have. And, then we try and make a plan to make it work. Now, this information that we receive from you is placed in the SMME directory. It is part of our digital show guide that we share with all the corporate participants that are attending. So if you don't know, I'm going to give a brief overview of how this event works. Should have maybe started with that, but I'll start with it now. And you get 2 conferences taking place at the same time. The first one, which is with the one that you are involved in, is the ABSA ESD Expo and Conference. Takes place the 10th and the 11th of September. At the same time, there is the Smart Procurement World Indaba. And this conference is for procurement and supply chain management professionals. And it takes place both at Gallagher, just different halls. So over the 2 days, you will have an opportunity to engage with them. There are structured times in the program, and we will share that with you next week when we send out our build-up mailer that's just got a kind of a deeper understanding of exactly what to expect on the program over the 2 days by session, by time, so that you can plan a week in advance on how you want to structure your engagements. So, that's very important. So this SMME directory and show guide gets distributed amongst over 600 corporate and supply chain management professionals. So it is very important for us to receive the right information from your company. So that is why we place a lot of pressure on you to please submit this information as soon as possible so that we have enough time to audit it and to give you an opportunity to send us something different or of higher quality if it's needed. Some marketing materials that you can bring along, please note that this is not a list of what you have to bring along. This is merely suggestions of what will work with the space that you are given. You can bring pull-up banners or X-frame banners, depending on what you have. They can fit with inside your stand. You can bring brochures, flyers, handouts, business cards. An idea that I suggested to someone is to get maybe a freestanding pin board that you wanted to lean on a chair or a table that's got photos of past or present projects that you're busy with that you wanted to show. There are a couple of things that we can assist if you want to get things like a lockable cupboard or a display cabinet that the stand builders, are able to assist you with, but all of those are at an additional cost. So with the recording and the presentation, I will send you an order form that gives you the list of the additional items that you can put in your stand if you would like and what the costs are involved. We need these order forms by Friday, the 30th of August, for us to make sure that the payment can be received before the event and to make sure that the stand builders are able to process your order. We cannot guarantee that if order forms are received next week, that we will be able to assist you. We can always try, but we cannot guarantee it. Okay, but those are, again, not mandatory. Bring along tablecloths, whether you have one with your corporate logo, whether you don't, and you have one from home that will add some color. If you have small pot plants that can fit on the table just to create a bit of life on in your stand, bring that along. Think of ideas that you have on hand, and you're welcome to ask, if you have an idea of something that you wanted to bring along. And this is the platform to ask that. So you can ask a couple of questions of, what size are we limited for a plant, those kinds of things. But just think outside the box. You don't have to be, like have a proper corporate presentation of this is how it has to be. You do it the way that you can afford to do it and that you feel best represents your company. Okay, the next very important element is you need to register your 2 stand representatives. Now, this email is not sent from myself or Nyasha. It is a system-generated email, and it is sent to our main contact person, which is the person whose details are on the online agreement or application form that you completed. Now, if you, for instance, have been onboarded within the last few days, meaning anywhere from Monday, it potentially hasn't been sent yet. But those that were onboarded last week, I can guarantee that it has been sent out already. So if you haven't registered your stand reps and you're maybe unfamiliar with the email, you're welcome to pop an email or a WhatsApp to myself or Nyasha, asking if we can just send it to you again. We get a copy of the email and we're able just to forward it to you. And on there is the link of what it looks like. Okay. Now there's specific dates for you to keep in mind. This is the address of where Gallagher Convention Center is. It's based in Midrand. The 9th of September is the date that we would like all exhibitors to please come through and dress your stand. So between 2 and 6, you're able to come through. If you have team members that are just coming through to dress your stand and leave and not continue or come through until the breakdown, they're welcome to come through on the Monday. They must please ask for myself or Nyasha when they get there so that we can keep track of all the stands who have additional people that are just coming through, and then we can tick and mark that those stands have been dressed. To avoid confusion and us calling you, but you've sent additional people through to do it on your behalf. So please keep in contact with Nyasha and I about your arrangements. We do like to be completely informed and, to make for a smooth process and start to the event. So there is a loading bay on hall 5 if you have anything large, but please clear it with us before you make arrangements to make sure that we can accommodate the size of the item. Strange enough, last year we had someone bring through a full petrol pump. It was a bit of a mission to get into the venue, but we made a plan. However, we ask that you please make sure that you notify us of this ahead of time so that we can clear it with the security and the loading bay staff of the venue and make sure that we have plans in place to accommodate with transferring that item from the loading bay to where your stand is. So there is parking available for you in Block B. So when you arrive at Gallagher, for those that haven't been there, there's a couple of different parking blocks. So you just look for parking block B and you find your parking over there. It's close to the entrance of the hall that you will be exhibiting at. And then breakdown time is from 11th as the Wednesday, the 11th after 5. So just keep note of that and arrange your breakdown teams accordingly. All right, so here's the program. I've spoken about the 9th of September. The 10th of September, we have 3 important elements happening that would really be great to your business. Now, the 10th of September is what we call a closed conference. This means that outside visitors or participants are not able to join. This is closed only for those that are sponsored by various companies and exhibiting. It's only this day is closed to give you an opportunity to engage with the buyers and ESD team at the supplier matchup sessions. So I hope that you have a bit of an understanding of supply matchup, but if you don't, I'll be happy to take you through it after the session. But ultimately, it's a face-to-face opportunity for you to engage with buyers and procurement professionals from various corporate companies across different industries. So we've broken it up into 1-hour sessions between 9 and 12. Actually, I believe it's 9 and 1, but the email next week will confirm which industries are at which times and which buyers have confirmed for which slots. Just note that sometimes companies can confirm a little bit later. So Monday's email will be preliminary, just as it stands, and we will send an updated schedule by Friday or potentially only on Monday morning once we have the final buyers for the sessions. But you have an opportunity as hosted companies to engage with these buyers by yourselves. You don't have to share the stage with visitors or outside SMEs not part of this event. It is dedicated only to you, and we have already a large range of companies participating. After lunch, we have the Smart Supplier Conference. We will definitely show you in the hall when lunch is and then where the Smart Supplier Conference is being hosted. But yeah, from 1 to 4:30 is the Smart Supplier Conference. And there's 2 panels on this conference that we're very excited about, but it's not limited to only 2 panels. There's, I think, 2 or 3 other sessions as well that we are very excited about. But the first panel is a panel called Jack of All Trades, Master of None. And we did one online version of it in July, and it was very exciting and very well received. And we're excited for this round to have different panelists, a different moderator, and it's going to be very exciting to see how the conversation and the dynamic changes amongst the different individuals from different companies. And a lot of the participants on this panel are from a variety of different industries and types of businesses, including an SMME business. So it's nice to hear this information from the horse's mouth. The second panel and our closing panel for the day is the corporate partnership fireside chat. And ultimately, this conversation that will take place at this panel is about the hurdles that SMMEs face when doing business with larger corporations. So all of the panelists there are from large corporations in varying industries. So it's not just one industry speaking, but there's finance, there's telecommunications, there's mining. So there's a lot of different types of industries that are represented at this panel. And I believe a lot of you will benefit so much in understanding what do these companies experience that you as SMMEs could potentially avoid when trying to do business with them, and how to overcome any of these problems. So very exciting. And then after that, we go into the Absa Networking cocktail function. Here, both halls, the corporate conference and the ESD conference, merge and you network together at the cocktail function. It's not compulsory. I just want to remind you, because some of you may be traveling in and out daily. So it's not compulsory. You're welcome to stay for the first hour if you would like. You don't have to stay until the end. But networking opportunities are really great in a different environment. This is a much more relaxed environment. There's going to be entertainment. So you can decide how, if you would like to participate or not, but we strongly encourage you to experience at least the first hour and see what opportunities can come of that. All right, so Wednesday is the day that we open up to visitors. And this is the day that you as exhibitors will be exceptionally busy. So you must plan to have at least one person at all times at your stand. If you are alone and you're not bringing a second representative with you, then you need to, it's not a problem. We won't stop you. But for ease of having a representative at your stand, we do encourage you to bring 2 stand representatives. So that's just something to bear in mind. If you have a change that needs to happen, so somebody you've already registered can no longer attend and you need to replace them, please reach out to me or Nyasha to make sure that we make the changes on our side and that person will receive the right name badge. Okay, but on the visitor day, which I'll share the registration link with you in the email following this, you can share it with your business network, with your friends and family, with any WhatsApp groups that you're part of for local business owners. Encourage them to come and experience this event, because it will be really amazing for the visitors as well as you as exhibitors. So the idea would be for them to engage with you and view the exhibition. But then we also have supply matchup happening the whole day. So it's 3 sessions split into 2 hours each between 8:30 and 3:30. Then we have Knowledge Hub masterclasses that we've tailored to give insight and a lot of bulk meat for SMME businesses on different topics. So we will share that program with you with the different topics and speakers ahead of time, but please go and have a look at the Smart Procurement World Indaba website. I'll share the link with you, but the program is listed on there. And you're welcome to have a look at it in the meantime. The link will be in the email as well. But just so that you can see what to expect, it's going to be amazing. And then at 5 o'clock, just a reminder, that's when we break down all the stands. Okay, so the Smart Supply Conference I have gone through. That is the afternoon conference where we have those 2 key panels, but we do also have some success stories that we're going to hear from individuals or from SMME businesses. That's great, as well as a sales and marketing masterclass. So I'm not sure if any of you have had the opportunity to work with Brad Wattridge in the past or Esty Pretorius, but they are both amazing and super energetic, and there's sales and marketing masterclass must not be missed. So please make sure that if you need to go for a refreshment break, you do it before then. Okay. Food vouchers. I just wanted to reiterate the importance of making sure you keep your food vouchers safe. So when you get your name badge, which you will receive if you come through on the 9th of September to dress your stand, but if you have someone else dressing your stand and you will only be there on the morning of the 10th, that is fine. Just come early around 7 or before 7 to collect your name badge and make sure that you're prepared and ready for the day, but you get along 2 food vouchers when you receive your name badge. So the vouchers are for both days, the Tuesday and the Wednesday, and they are redeemable at the SMME exhibitor catering zone. We will explain where that is to you, and there will be floor plans available by the organizer's office that will be printed most likely on one of the panels, but we'll show that to you when you come through. Then each stand representative will get their own food vouchers. So just bear that in mind. If you do want to bring through a 3rd or 4th stand representative for both days, you can, but those will be additional and you will need to pay for that ahead of time. So you do need to let us know if you're interested in bringing an additional person through for your company for both days. However, I want to let you know that on the second day, the Wednesday, your additional colleagues, the team within your business that you do want to expose to this, but don't necessarily have the funds to pay for them, let them register as visitors, come through for a couple of hours, and then they can return to work. Because we know with small businesses, it's crucial to have all hands on deck at all times. But this is such an amazing opportunity for individuals from your company to engage and learn from fellow SMMEs, and also the exposure with supply matchup, as well as the exposure through the Knowledge Hub sessions. It's just a lot that is available to them for them to benefit your business as a whole. So just something to keep in mind. You don't necessarily have to pay for them. If you're willing to have them there only just the one day, and they also don't have to be there the entire day if their schedule don't allow it. But I just wanted to let you know. Now, the food vouchers are for exhibitors and delegates. So you are exhibitors, so you as exhibitors get food vouchers, but the visitors do not, because they do not pay an entrance fee. They do not receive food vouchers. And there will be risk catering available at the venue, so they are welcome to go and pay for something for themselves, and it will be marked in the venue for where they can find that. Okay, so I've just spoken about Visitor Day, so I'm not going to go over this already again. But something that we wanted to share with you to help with collection of details is each person attending, whether visitor, delegate, exhibitor, corporate professional, doesn't matter, the name badges come with a QR code. So ahead of the event, please make sure that your phone's camera can scan QR codes, or alternatively download an app that can scan QR codes, because you will receive contact information once you scan this QR code of the person that you engaged with. I believe it will show their company information, but you'll have a chance to double check the information before you save it on your phone. But it's really important that you remember that this is the way that you're going to be collecting data on the day. This is how you will retain information and contact people afterwards. So make sure that you are prepared ahead of time, that you know how to scan a QR code, practice it. There's a lot of QR codes at your normal retail shops that you can try, or you can even download a QR code online. You can even try this one, whether I'm not sure if it will work or not, but just make sure that when you hover your camera over the QR code, that it pops up a link that you can click on. Then you know that that works. All right. But this is just some information about it. I will not going to go too much into detail because I've basically explained it. So something new that we're bringing through this year is awards, stand awards, and we are very excited about this. And what we want to tell you is that this will happen on the Wednesday afternoon after the Knowledge Hubs finish. So Knowledge Hub finishes at 3:30, so this will take place after that, so at 4 o'clock. And there's 3 awards. Now, you as a group of SMMEs sponsored by one sponsor or host you will be part of a pavilion. I will show you what it looks like. Don't worry. Now, there will be an award for the best pavilion. So it's given to the pavilion that stands out for its exceptional design, engagement, and overall presentation. But when we say this, it has got nothing to necessarily do with the look of the stands. Like I mentioned in the beginning, we don't expect you to spend out buckets of money to dress your stand for one event. It doesn't make sense. And most businesses are not in the position to do that. If you are and you want to, please go ahead. I'm not stopping you. But I just want to let those know that are not in that position. Please don't feel uncomfortable or feel the need to pull out of this event because you cannot dress your stand. This is really about the conversations and the opportunities that can come of this event. And you never know, maybe next time you have the opportunity to come through, you are the one that can then spend some money. So just bear that in mind. But these awards are really about the engagement that takes place. So we want to know when people like visitors engage with you, how do they walk away from your venue, from your stand? Do you know your business? Do you know what you offer? Are you willing to engage with potential clients and go into in-depth conversations? So there's a lot of things that can go specifically about the engagement. Then there's the best SMME stand. So that is an individual exhibitor. So that is not just a whole pavilion. There can be any individual exhibitor in the ESD hall. And again, it's about engaging and informative, sharing information, creativity, innovation, and how well the stand represents the brand and its offering. So your brand might just need a digital method of sharing your company's information, a tablet. That's fine. Then all you do is you bring a tablecloth that works with your corporate colors, and you have a comfortable seating setup for you to engage with someone and show them what's on your tablets. So if that's what best represents your business, a slimline IT company, no mess, no fuss, then you need a clean representing exhibition stand that shows everything is done from one device. And that's perfectly fine. So that's just something from our side. Then the best host stand, it will be recognized the stand that excels in hospitality, engagement, and overall visitor experience. So there are a couple of hosts that have stands on the floor that you as SMMEs can also engage with, and that the visitors can engage with. So you will see them. They are part of their pavilions. Not all, but there are a few of them that are. And those people you can engage with throughout the conference. So throughout the 2 days when the representatives are in their stand, which is hopefully for the full 2 days. But just so that you are aware, I believe AfriMat and AfriSam are those that I can think off the top of my head, but we'll have a look at the floor plan now and we can confirm which other companies as well. So the last thing is the 10,000 Rand lucky draw. But in order to be to be considered for this 10,000 Rand lucky draw, is you need to be there until the very end. So you need to participate and engage and try and do as much as possible for your stand until the very end on the Wednesday. So yeah, we will share with you the criteria and how to apply or register, or I just lost the word, but anyway, how you can be part of this opportunity for your name to be drawn, how it will work, and where it will be done. We will share that information with you, but something to look forward to. You might walk away with an additional 10,000 Rand. Okay, supply matchup. I did mention it, but on the floor plan, I'm going to show you where they are, where it will be located in the hall, and basically give a better image for you on how it will work. Now, I just want to go through a couple of notes which are really important. So all stands should be ready and manned by 6 a.m. on the 10th of September, ready and waiting. Okay, not for visitors, but where your hall is corporate delegates attending the conference have to walk through your hall where you're exhibiting to get to their hall where their conference is taking place. So to put your business in its best foot, you need to be there. I mean, anybody could walk past your exhibition stand and say, what do you do? I'm interested in what you do. And, at any time, whether it be 7 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, any conference delegate that walks through the hall to get to their conference has an opportunity to engage with you. So we want your business to really be well represented, and that's why we ask you to be there from 6 o'clock. We do understand that some people are traveling, so if you can only be there by 7 o'clock, that's also all right. And if you want to engage with us, to say that there's any problems that you're foreseeing at this point, let us know so that we can stay in communication, because we do keep track of exhibitors and we really don't want any exhibition stands to be empty. It really is a bad look for the sponsoring companies, and we don't want, this year we want to make a big impact, and that comes hand in hand with you as exhibitors being there on time and making sure that your stand is filled and ready to go. So it also says here, please do not pack up your stand in front of delegates. So you can't break anything down. If there's something that you want to take home on the Tuesday and bring back on the Wednesday morning, then you remove it after the 4:30 when the cocktail function is happening, just as a point of reference. So it says also ensure your stand is manned until the end of the event so that the delegates get the full exhibition experience. Exhibitors must take full responsibility for all valuables on their stand for the duration of the event. So we do have an option of you ordering a lockable cupboard if you would like, and you can afford it. That can stay on your stand with a lock that you can keep closed, and you can put some valuables inside of it overnight. So that's just something to think about. Then it says the exhibition has a uniform look and feel. Your branding is determined by your host. We encourage you to bring along your business cards, flyers, banners, and promotional giveaways. Should you bring additional furniture or products, please plan accordingly to the space on your stand. So some hosts will be branding their stands. So for instance, ABSA, I believe it's going to be red back panels. So you as SMMEs can't add additional to the look of that stand, but you can bring in things to make your stand unique. So anything that is removable, that doesn't damage, and that doesn't need to be printed onto the panels, you can bring through. But if you have any questions, Nyasha is your contact person. You're welcome to reach out to her and to ask about any limitations for ABSA specific. There's other companies, but I believe like Telkom is doing back panel printing as well, so SMMEs don't have to worry about that. SMMEs from Telkom's group can print logos on the fascia boards if you would like, but that's an additional cost to you. That will be on the order form as well. So we will just make sure that we explain properly what the limitations are. Nyasha, your hand is raised.
Okay, sorry to interrupt, Paulina. I just wanted to let my cohorts know what's allowed and what's not allowed. So for SASO, if you are being hosted by SASO, Saso is doing all the branding, so you can engage with Connie and she'll be able to tell you exactly what they're doing. Then with ABSA, they're just sticking to the back panels being red. So they don't allow any additionals in terms of the logos on the fascia boards or back panel. So for ABSA, you can't exactly put additional logos, but you can put, like Paulina mentioned, the lockable cupboards inside your stand. So that is allowed. Any accessories, so anything that's going into your stand for the ABSA SMMEs, that's fine. But anything that's changing the stand because they want to maintain their brand consistency, so that is not allowed. And then with Siemens, they're making arrangements for you, so you can reach out to me if you need to. And then with PPECB, they're also trying to make arrangements, so I'll communicate anything if it changes. So I just wanted to let you know, guys, so that you're aware of what's happening with different horse. Thanks,
you.
Paulina.
Thanks, Nyasha. That helps. I'm sure that helps everybody with a bit more information. I know the AfriSam group, they're arranging logos. I will just get confirmation from Tasneem about exactly where they're going to be located so that you have an idea of what to expect when you get there. But yeah, when you look at the order form, we'll try our best in the email sending to say, which group is limited to what, so that you don't go and order something that is not applicable to your stand. All right, but just bear in mind that you can bring things that are removable, freestanding items. You do get 2 chairs and 1 square table. We can share the dimensions with you if you would like. If you want to bring different furniture of your own, you can just engage with us so that we are prepared for that ahead of time and make a note of it to expect it. Okay. I did mention that the conference is co-located with the Smart Procurement World Conference. So now with regards to your stand representatives, your sponsors have sponsored you 2 stand representatives. So anything over and above that 2, you would have to pay additionally. So when I say 2, it means the contact person or the owner is included in those 2. So if the owner wants to come through, happy, that's perfect. And then they bring a sales manager or a business manager or operations manager, doesn't matter. It's your choice and your discretion who you want to bring through, but you only get 2 passes. Okay. Then food serving areas, I've mentioned that already. Now this is what a pavilion looks like. So a lot of you will be receiving these pavilions. Actually, all of you will. Now, what happens is that your name, your company name will be printed in capital letters at the top over here. This is the fascia board. So if your logo comes, I believe your logo will be printed. I think the names start on the left-hand side. So your logo will probably be printed in this corner, but I'm not 100% certain. When we say that companies are printing back panels, it means these 2 panels at the back of your stand. So for instance, Telkom is printing both of them. ABSA is doing solid colors on both of them. Some will give opportunities to SMMEs for logos to have printed in the back here. But for those of you that don't have any limitations, one thing I wanted to mention about the logo being printed here, which is just an FYI, is that when you put a banner and your banner is now in front of your logo, it's obstructed. So you might not get the exposure for it that you would like. So if you have a stand that's being printed, just bear that in mind when you do have banners, that you don't want to obstruct any printing that is valuable to your business at the back there. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, this is what it will look like. It's 2 back panels. It's 1.5 meters in width. You get the square table and 2 chairs, and this is the divider between the stands. So this solid panel won't be solid. It will be the same as this image. And this is just support beams to keep the structure sturdy, but this is open, and that's because we don't want the stands to feel claustrophobic. All right, but this is 5 exhibition stands on one. Some will have a bit bigger than that, and they will be back to back. So you will see here, this line indicates that there's a duplication of what is on this side is on the back side. most of the pavilions are designed like this. And an easy way to identify your host will be on top, there will be I forgot the name again, but it's a horizontal, a vertical poster that will be here with your host's logo. So whether it be Siemens or Telkom or AfriSam or ABSA, it will be located at the top here. And then on the corners here are what we call flags, and that will also have your sponsor's logo on it, or your host's logo. So this is just some dimensions that to help you. I know I did mention it, but I'll keep this in this presentation for you. And now the floor plan. However, I want to just share with you a better quality so that I can zoom in. Nyasha, can you just confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes, Paulina, we can see the screen.
Okay, great. Thank you. So basically, I'm going to maybe just zoom in a little bit more to make it a bit more clear. But ultimately, what happens is you come through this entrance. So parking lot B will be further down, well, to the side. Then you come through this entrance. Here is the registration where you get your name badges. Here is the organizer's office. So that is the central location if you're looking for anybody, because Nyasha and I will most likely be running around quite a lot, but you have our WhatsApp numbers. So, and you have our cell phone numbers. So if anything pops up, you're really welcome to contact us on our mobiles. Otherwise, you can come and, to the organizer's office and engage with us. But what I wanted to show you is sort of an understanding of where the different stands are. So this, my selection didn't work. AfriSam stand is basically here. Here's PPEBC and NTT data. They will be back to back. So when this is images like this, this means that PPECB has their own host stand. So that means that team members from PPECB will be stationed here. It's the same for Dimension or NTT data or Dimension data. It's the same for AfriSam. And GEMS, yes, Telkom stand. There's GEMS over here. ABSA is a big group, so it's split into two different stands, but ABSA has a much larger corporate stand over here because they have multiple team members that come through for the 2 days. Sasol is over here, and Sasol also has a host stand with team members from Sasol that will be attending. Siemens and BP are back to back over here, and then Afrimat. And okay, Siemens and BP both have a host stand, and then Afrimat has got 2 groups, and they also have a host stand. So that means that team members from Afrimat, BP, and Siemens will also be there for the duration of the conference, that you can engage with them. There are some supporting businesses like Gauteng Treasury, Profit Share Partners, the SMME Clinic, River Sands iHub. They all have, as supporting businesses, they have stands, and you can engage with them over the 2 days to find out what opportunities they have for your business. This seating is where the Smart Supplier Conference takes place. It is also where the Knowledge Hub sessions take place. So on the Tuesday, it's for Smart Supplier. For Wednesday, it's Knowledge Hub. Now here is one of the serving stations, but this is also where the networking cocktail is taking place. So you don't have to move far when you finish with Smart Supply Conference to go to the networking or to the cocktail event. And here is a second exhibitor and SMME serving station. Okay, this is where the risk taker catering is going to be located for anybody that has visitors coming through, so that you know where that is located. And then ultimately, this is the passage that the corporate delegates will be walking through to get to their conference. It is also where the bathrooms are located. There's a lot of bathrooms, so it can easily accommodate everybody. Another 2 companies that I wanted to mention is Alexander Forbes and Old Mutual also has stands there that you can engage with them. So I think that's just for the floor plan, just gives you an idea of what to expect. And yeah, oh, there's one company on here we did not include. No, I'm wrong. Here's Innovator Trust. I apologize. Innovator Trust is on this half, and Siaka will be on the other half. Okay, So I hope that gives a bit of an understanding of the flow of how the venue works. Oh, I wanted to mention where supply matchup is happening, and that are these tables over here. So ultimately, each buyer, depending on how many people come, will get 1 or 2 tables. They put their branding behind where they're seated, where their chairs are. These are high-rise tables, but they're not cocktail tables, they're counter tables. And so you stand and do the engagement, but there are a couple of cocktail chairs that will be floating around. And ultimately, you just travel from business to business to determine and uncover any opportunities with those companies. Okay, but it's at least centralized, easily accessible, and very excited for what we have coming your way. Okay, so that's the floor plan. Marketing materials, we've gone through this. These vinyl printings is what we were talking about that was printing on the back panels. So engage with us first, please, before you, make any plans or submit an order form. But changes to order forms can be done if you just submit to myself or Nyasha. Just as an FYI, before we submit to Expo Guys is the stand builders that is facilitating all of this when it comes to the exhibition stand. Okay, one thing, please remember, do not damage the shelf scheme or carpets by drilling holes, using Tic Tacs, pins, nail screws to put up branding material. That's why I say try and have things that are freestanding, that can lean against. These structures are not very strong, and they are, in a position to reuse a lot of these structures. So we don't want you to damage anything to limit that possibility of going green and reusing. And if there is something that you want to put on the wall, such as a TV, there is options on the order form that tell you, if you have a TV with a bracket and you want to put it up, you need to purchase a chipboard for that wall panel, the bracket to be secured against. And they suggest that you get an additional plug point dedicated to your TV, but that is your choice. But you get one 15 amp plug point, so you cannot overload that. So if you're going to be running a couple of things, I do suggest that you think about getting an additional dedicated power plug, just to avoid any trips, anything tripping during your exhibition. Okay, I just wanted to share some examples of the hosts that will be there that are sponsoring. It's a lot, and we are exceptionally proud to have so many businesses on board. And it just shows a lot of these companies sponsor us on an annual basis. And for businesses of this size to do that, you can see that they find value as businesses because of the feedback and engagement that they've had from the businesses, the suppliers, and the SMMEs that they've hosted at this event. So let this encourage you on, that we are true when we say that you'll walk away mind blown after these 2 days. It is really the most amazing opportunity for growth for your business. Okay, just parking. I'm not going to go into too much details with the next couple of slides. They're pretty self-explanatory. You're welcome to read through them yourself. I see there's only 10 minutes left, so I do want to get to some questions before we finish. So just deliveries. If there's deliveries coming, the venue Gallagher does not accept deliveries. However, if you have a delivery coming on the Monday, I am at the venue from the morning on the Monday, the 9th, until the evening. So if anything comes, you're welcome to label it for me. Nyasha will be there from, I believe, 12 o'clock as well. So you can also, if that comes in the afternoon, before you come and dress your stand, you can, use her or myself as a contact people for that. But please, if at all possible, let us know ahead of time so that we can notify the organizer's office that there's deliveries to be expected and for which stand. We need to be very clear about where these deliveries are going so that we can place it there for you if the stands are ready by the time it comes. Okay, you can get access to the loading bay, but you need to let us know ahead of time so that we can also explain to you how to get to the loading bay. And then just a note that parking is free of charge. You don't pay for it. And it's block B that you need to park in. Internet connectivity, we have to confirm regarding Wi-Fi. We are trying our best to get a sponsor for the event so we don't have to pay for vouchers for Wi-Fi. So we'll keep you in the loop about that. Cleaning, they do clean after the displays have been erected. Obviously, any loose things that are lying around, and they will clean in the evenings after the exhibition again. But just as as a person exhibiting, keep an eye out for any loose papers, any things that have been left behind, especially on the visitor day, to keep your space clean and well presented. Plumbing, there's no plumbing available. And you're not allowed to cook on the stands. You can bring samples of, if you are, for instance, a food provider, if you make pre-made food and you want to bring samples of what the packaging looks like, then you can bring samples with, but you cannot sell anything and you cannot cook. Okay. Construction work. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of this. This is a lot of information. Okay, health and safety. Where the stands are located is in accordance with the health and safety regulations. This is very self-explanatory when it comes to gas and cylinders, open flames, etc. And that if you need certain, written permission for certain things from the city of Johannesburg. Okay, and that there is security at the venue, but please just lock away any valuables that you do not want to risk. You can use the lockable cabinets. You can take it home with you in the evening, but just, something to think about. Okay, and then we do share this information with you afterwards, and you're welcome to share or reach out to any of the contact people. But I believe that the best starting point, if you have any questions, is your ESD project manager. So that is either myself or Nyasha. All right. So I believe that is my presentation. I'm going to stop sharing so that I can see the chats. I am going to quickly have a look. Is there any unanswered questions that I need to address quickly? If anybody in my team can let me know. I see a lot of hellos.
I tried to address most of the questions. I think the only one that came now that I haven't addressed is from Karabo. She wants to confirm if she can bring a smooth blender.
Okay. Erica, can you just confirm quickly regarding any limits or present, any limits with blenders?
Hi, can the exhibitor just explain what the blender is for?
Okay, Karabo, do you mind unmuting yourself and just explain what you would like to do with the blender?
Hi, good day, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and
Yes,
clear.
we can hear you.
Perfect, perfect. Yes, a smooth blender. I want just to make a small like a taste of the smoothies that we offer. So I don't know if that's
taste it.
okay. Yes, it's just for taste, but other than that, then I can just bring them pre-packed. But I just wanted to ask if that is acceptable. But if not, it's not a train smash. I can always just package them in the containers.
Okay.
Okay, so provided your sample cups are not more than 30 mils that you bring,
Yes,
it
yes,
shouldn't be an issue.
yes. It's a very small sampling.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it
yes,
shouldn't be
yes.
an issue provided, but then you must just order an additional plug for your stand.
Okay,
Because
perfect.
the plug that
Yeah.
we provide is only 15 amps.
Yes,
So
I know.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
going, so you'll need to add additional power.
Power. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, then.
100%.
Okay, so you will see, Karabo, in the order form, there is a line item for an additional power point, a plug point. So you can then just tick that as an item for us to arrange for you ahead of time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. See, as another comment, just to confirm, so Nyasha, maybe this one is for you. Absa is red and our backdrop has to be blue since the walls will be plain. Can we bring the backdrop along? So I'm going to try to pronounce your name correctly. If you don't, I might not. So please correct me if I'm wrong. Uwafa. Do you mind unmuting quickly so that you can explain to myself and Nyasha more about your backdrop?
Hi,
Okay.
can you
Hello.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. So the question is, since you said whatever we bring us to at least collaborate with the brand, and we are under ABSA, so if it's going to be plain, can we at least bring our backdrop, depending on the dimensions, because our backdrop has to be blue and
For
with
your company.
logos for our company, yes. So I'm just thinking, is that going to work? But then if it's plain, I'm thinking it wouldn't be bad. But yeah, if it's not gonna have ABSA logo at the back.
Okay, so I will need to just confirm with ABSA, because as I mentioned earlier, they just want consistency. So I don't know if a backdrop, especially a blue one, will
Yeah.
be approved, but I can check and then I can email or message you on the side once I get a response from them.
Okay. Also, we wanted to add another person. So the 1.250 is for both days, right? Because we wanted to
Correct.
bring.
Correct.
Okay. And then that includes the food voucher as well, if we pay for that amount.
I believe so. Paulina, you can confirm.
So if you pay the additional cost for an additional stand rep of 1,250, then they do get food vouchers for both days. Yes.
All right. Thank you. So where do I make that purchase?
So you reach out to Nyasha. She's your ESD project manager. Notify her. And then what we need to do is when you do that, actually, to make the step a bit quicker, send your the email with your billing information for us to raise the invoice. In the meantime, we send you the invoice and you send us the proof of payment. And then we just need the details of that third representative.
Okay, Yasha. Thank you. So as soon as you send me you email me the information on the backdrop, then we'll start with the ticket purchase.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, Yasha. Thank you, Helene.
Perfect. You're welcome. Rebotile, you have your hand up. Do you mind unmuting and letting me know what your question is?
Hi,
Hello.
I'm not sure if this has been addressed in the comments. Maybe I didn't read through it. So we would like for our presentations, because we need equipment. Our equipment are very big, so we can't really switch them on. So we'd probably just put them on a display on TV and just show how they work. Can we bring a TV? Is there a place where we can mount the TV?
So if you bring a TV, there's two options. So if you
Mhm.
bring a TV and you want it wall mounted, just actually it's a good idea for me to share my screen so that you can see where it would be located. Just give me a second so I can bring up that presentation again. But there's two
Okay.
options, as I mentioned. So if you want to where's this presentation? I've lost it. I'll quickly find it. Display or use a TV. One thing that you need to remember is that the exhibition stand is not strong enough to handle the weight of the TV as it is. So you need to purchase what they call a chipboard to have it mounted against the wall. But what I want to show you is where it will be located. So I'm going to quickly share my screen again. Find that presentation. Okay. So the chipboard is then placed between these two support beams. And the TV is then on the side. Just so that you have an idea of what it looks like.
Okay.
But you can also just hire a TV stand. Then it can be freestanding perhaps in the corner here. And it does come draped with a nice material so that it looks nice. And then you just secure your TV to that TV stand. And that will be a bit more forward facing.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, both options
Thank you.
are on the order form that will come with this email following this presentation.
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right. You're welcome. DB, I see your hand is raised. Do you mind unmuting and asking your question?
Sure. Hi, Paulina. It's Dennis from A Solutions.
Hi, Dennis.
Just two quick questions. The
Yes.
pavilion, does it have an actual roof or is it pretty open above that?
It's open. It's not a
open.
solid roof. Yeah.
All right, that's perfect. And then do you have a list of all the excuse me, participants and exhibitors that you're going to communicate to all of us.
So
we can-
that will be all part of the show guide, and that will be issued at the event itself. So we will share, I believe it's a QR code, or it's on the website where you get the link to download that document on your phone.
Okay.
But
All right.
I can give you a list of the support businesses and the companies that have host stands, because the list of SMMEs is quite extensive, but we can perhaps just put a document together and share it with you separately. But
That
you
would
do
be-
get it part of the show guide.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Is there any other questions? Rebotile, I see your hand is still raised. Is that out of error, or do you have another question?
Sorry, that's an old hand.
No problem. Colleen, I see you've unmuted. Do you have a question?
I'd like to find out, as the exhibit said, are they going to be carpeted? Because before we used to rent out those square carpet mats.
Erica, can you just confirm? But I believe the stands all just come with a standard black carpet.
Yes, it's the existing venue carpet. It's like a charcoal gray black color.
Okay. And then, yeah, is there any other questions? If there's a few people that need to go, I know we're running a little bit over now. We have shared all the information. I will be sending that email out today with the recording, the order form, the links, etc. You're welcome to reach out to us after receiving that resources if you have any questions that you're not able to ask now. So, Victor, you will receive the recording as well as the presentation today still. All right. Any last comments from anybody? Any questions? Team, is there anything that we want to maybe mention as a last thing that I might have missed? Go for it, Nyasha.
Thanks, Paulina. Okay, so I just wanted to reiterate about the compliance documents. So I did send out some emails yesterday with regards to the BE affidavits. So if you're being hosted by ABSA, I did share some information for you to update your affidavits if it wasn't within the days or there was information missing. So please, if you can just prioritize that, because it's very, very, very important. And just a note for the ABSA guys that ABSA doesn't accept certificates. They want affidavits. So if you submitted a certificate, I would have reached out to you to submit an affidavit. So I know there's a lot of confusion around that, but please just make sure that you submit those documents within the deadline. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Nyasha. I see a couple of people in the chats have mentioned that they have to go. Please feel free. But I do also want to support Nyasha in that. ABSA is very particular about the affidavits and place a lot of pressure on us to get the correct ones. And we need your help. And if we can get it sorted before the event, it makes it a lot easier for us to finalize the information that ABSA needs, which they ask for at the end of the event. So please help us and work with us. And if you have questions or don't understand anything, not anything, but something specific about what Nyasha may have mentioned in that email, please reach out, ask us so that we can help you. But yes, just as a reminder and a reiterance. But thank you. Pinky, we see your email. We will reach out to you. Which email? But Pinky, can you just inform us which email you're referring to? Is it the email about affidavits, or is it the email? Oh, okay. Okay, great. Nyasha's already responded. No problem. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end the session. If there's any questions, you know that you can reach out to us at any time. We are here to make sure that the experience is smooth for you as well as what it is for us. And we work in partnership with you to make it a success. So please, please, please push on our button at any time. If you have any question, any shape or form, please let us know. But we really hope that you have the most amazing day and week further, and that you are filled with excitement for the session that's coming up. We cannot wait to have you. And we are just so excited to see all of this come into play and into action, and we see the amazing opportunities that can come from it. So thank you so much. Don't worry about sending emails for the recording. I send it to everybody that I send the invitation to the session, and I double check if there's different people from your companies that do attend, and I send it to them as well. So please don't worry about sharing emails, but thank you everybody. Have an amazing day, and we look forward to seeing you in less than 2 weeks. I can't believe it, but have a good day.